Welcome to week 4. According to Barbara Fox, good readers bring to print a deep understanding of the meaning, word order, and sounds of spoken language. Letter-sound relationships of phonics, word order of the text, and the meaning of the language are 3 types of information, or cues, that support readers as they make sense of the author's message. Maury Clay, in Your Text and Observation Survey of Early Literacy Achievement, chapters 2 and 5, refers to these information sources as visual cues referring to letters and sounds, or the graphophonemic. The meaning cues referring to the message coming from both the print and pictures as semantic cues. And structure cues refers to the patterns or rules about which the way words are put together, or the syntax. So when people are talking about a running record, the cues that they are speaking about are meaning. Does the error make sense? Did the child gain information from the print and or the picture? Is the error a structure error? Did the error make sense in the sentence? The visual error is talking about the way the word looks visually, not the picture. Visual has to do with looking at the word. And many of you were in developmental literacy during our last session, so you are well aware of these types of cues that readers use and or neglect. This week, you will all read to gain knowledge of the kinds of information readers use. We will apply this knowledge through practice, and we will use an assessment tool, the running record, to record this information and discover the kinds of cues readers use. I want to insert at this point that during your tutor sessions, you should be taking running records so that you can analyze the errors and self-corrections to determine what cues the reader uses and or neglects. If you have a fluent reader, say in 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, teachers often select a passage of 150 to 200 words, and they only record the errors and or self-corrections that the reader makes. It is extremely difficult to keep the tick marks going with a fluent reader. The power of the running record is in the analysis of errors that the reader makes. You want to look at, what does the reader use? What are they neglecting? What do I need to teach this reader to use next? You should also have your student writing on a topic of his or her choice during each tutor session. When a student tries to write an unknown word, what is that behavior that you see the student do? Does the child look at you and ask for help? If that is the behavior that you're seeing, please don't spell the word for the child. Prompt them by saying, "Say it slowly and write what you hear." Please be sure to read the presentation section in the overview this week. It talks a lot about meaning, or the semantic cues, the structure, the syntactic cues, and the letter sound, the visual, the graphophonemic cues. If you have any questions about these cues, please ask. They can be quite confusing. By the end of the week, You will use observation to analyze a student's phonemic awareness and his or her ability to decode. You will administer assessments to analyze a student's phonemic awareness and ability to decode. You will apply knowledge from observations and assessment tools in instructional practices for reading and writing. You will participate in group discussions in order to construct new knowledge. There are several resources on running records. Here is a blank running record form. And it's easier to take a running record on a blank form, believe it or not. It really, truly is. Oftentimes, if the text is pre-printed, you don't have enough room to write down all the behaviors that you're seeing from the reader. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use pre-printed. However, I think it's much easier if you learn it on a blank sheet of paper like this. Forum 4.1 is discussing the running record this week. Forum 2 is using information in print. Forum 3 is your phonics lab work. Remember that you need to show that you have worked 10 hours face-to-face with your student and that you have 10 hours of research and prep time. So you have a total of 20 hours. If you have questions concerning week 4, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask questions or post them on Moodle. Thank you.